Dave, do you have any history with any of the guys on Swampcast? The guy that is not pictured there is Josh Hlavka, or however you pronounce it. He's, I
Yep.
believe, the chair of the Florida party.
That's
What's your
Vincent in the left corner. I know I met him and hung out with him. I've hung out with Josh Hlavka. I've done this podcast before. I know that these guys they're cool dudes.
There was a moment where Josh went on a bit of a rant here. It wasn't that even like
Josh worked the Termot campaign, by the way. I don't know what he
sure.
says, but he worked on that campaign.
Well, he doesn't even go off against Termot at all. It seems like they're just having a pretty casual conversation leading up to this, and then Josh weighs in with this.
Actually, I'd be more than happy to kind of give my reasoning on why we're not doing that, or why I wouldn't personally, if I was, leading this up, wouldn't be doing that. And just quite frankly, and this is just being very blunt, is that, we made the mistake with the Mises caucus of letting too many people in. The work got diluted, the action got diluted, and just being very blunt here, a lot of the people in the Libertarian Party are there not because they have any real reason to be there. It's because they couldn't hack it or couldn't make it in two of the major parties. They're not socially acceptable. They're not competent. These are people who are unserious, unspectacular. They have an inability to act in any kind of socially acceptable way. They're just the worst, most insufferable people that you can possibly imagine. And why would any of us who just left and did all this want to bring those absolutely terrible, insufferable, disgusting people along for the ride? So they could just sandbag us and weigh us down again for a second time? I don't want the losertarians joining us. I don't want the fucking middle-aged childless caucus, the fucking Kamala Harris caucus, the childless cat lady caucus of the LP to join us. Fuck no. I want people like Duke in there. I want people like you, Rob. I want people like Tim and like Mitch.
Rob has
Who
no
else you
kids.
gonna put in the work? I don't want fucking the Toads of the world, the Dave Caseys, the Michael Heises. These are unserious, unspectacular reactions to shit. And I'm sorry, but in
We can listen to the rest of it, but
You saved that for me, bro? That
Yep.
was fucking great. We should have put that on the big episode, dude. I'm joining the party again. They're getting my $25 so I can slap that bitch in the face.
Like that rant came out of nowhere on this episode. If you watch it, it happens around 30 minutes, and he comes out of nowhere. He hasn't said much, and then he's just like having this tirade of like, I don't want this person and that person. I don't want that person. And you notice how he doesn't name a single name when he's like the childless cat ladies and the losertarians. I don't want them. And I don't want these do nothing crybabies like Dave Casey, Michael Heiss, and Toad. Like, bro, I was like, fuck yeah, let's go, Josh, let's go. And I saw you were doing the same thing. Let's go. Yeah, wait, hold on. Wait a second. What? How did you get lumped in with the childless cat ladies and the Harris supporters?
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I want to know what I did to piss that guy off so much.
Let's listen a little bit more to get the full context of what he said, because I don't know if he was like jumping from one group to another group. Like, it feels like he lumped you in with childless cat ladies, which is odd, but let's see where it goes.
Spectacular people having emotional reaction to shit. And I'm sorry, but in politics, it's kind of like war. Emotions get people killed. You need to suck it up and learn how to be a man. And a lot of these people, I'm sorry, they're not men. They're not adults. They're children in grown-ass diapers running around acting like fucking babies. And I'm tired.
He said, crying on his own podcast without a decent mic or internet connection.
Of changing fucking diapers.
This is great.
That's that.
Wow. Incredible. Bro, I don't know much about Josh. We've met, and I know he's been incredibly active in the party.
There's a reason why I set this up by asking you your opinion of Josh first, because you're like, yeah, cool guy. Yeah,
he's
no
all
problem.
right. Yeah, I mean,
like, I don't know if there's beef on the internet.
For the record, Josh Hlavka has never said shit to me, so you could have like aired.
Go fuck yourself
with me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course, that goes without saying. Go fuck yourself, bro. You're a piece of shit. But you could have been like, You could have said something to me or tagged me on Twitter or grab me at a convention or something like that and tell me what I was doing that was so shitty. But that's funny. Mike Termott's like, dude, I'm trying to do my Republican fucking launch and you're coming off unhinged as fuck from the car. Can you hang up the phone,
unhinged
bro?
from the car to talk about like libertarians that not a single like Republican or GOP member that he's going to be dealing with has any idea what you're talking about.
Bro,
he's just like, okay, I don't care.
I've sunk some time into this party, more than most, right? But he probably worked like close to a full-time job for free, only to get nothing out of it and go work for Mike Termott. Maybe I hope he got paid for that. But so I imagine maybe like after, there's some bitterness for me working within the Mises Caucus all these years, and then you get Chase Oliver and Mike Termott. Like that's like fuck. That stings.
And that's what it sounded like he was going for. Like that's where like the ramp up seemed to be going. That he was going to agree with us.
It sounded like it. No, I think wherever the pivot is, it's pro Termott. Me and Mike Heiss suck.
Yep. Mike Termott's got like head and shoulders above you guys. Sorry.
Incredible.
As far as libertarian activism.
I can't wait to go into the comments later on that show.
Oh, I did have a comment on that. Let me find it. Josh throwing a man baby fit about Toad, Dave, and Mike, quote, acting like babies is peak libertarian behavior. Keep it on brand for your guests, bro.
Yeah, right. Show some respect. You're talking to a Republican, nigga.
I mean, if you have Mike Tremont on, you got to act like a libertarian. You got to act like somebody who goes with the grift wherever it goes, Again, I can't stress enough. You're the unhinged one who's freaking out on your own podcast about people who would have never heard this if it wasn't for me looking into Mike Termott's latest.
Okay, look, I'm going to say this, and I mean with all due respect, and I do mean all due respect. That was great, dude. That was a really great surprise. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I agree with Angela when she says, I've heard her say, people say, like, what do you need to do to fix the party? She's like, I need to ban 100 people from the party.
I think the same thing as what Josh Hlavka or whatever his name is says. Like, we got to get these people out of here. Like the Kamala Harris voters and Dave Casey.
Yeah. Well, listen, whoever can get the power to kick me out specifically, you should fight. You should try to do that. And in fact, as much as I was honored to hear myself on that podcast right then, I would love to come to convention just to hear somebody say why I shouldn't be a member. That would be what a huge
Make
achievement.
your case, bro. Josh, come on the show. I'm probably going to clip this and post it public. So, Josh, come on the show. Make your case against all the people that you mentioned.
Toad shouldn't come. Me, Michael Heiss, all should be banned.
What? Yeah, why, Josh, is your tent so much smaller than even the Mises Caucus tent? It's so small that it doesn't even include people like Michael Heiss, who was the chair of the Mises Caucus. It's so
he
small.
was in the caucus too. That's the thing.
I know.
He used to do in all the shit. But like Termott, this is why they're the same. Whatever it takes, that's what I'm saying. Whatever it takes.
And right now it's I'm for unity, but also because it's popular, I need to kick people out, and the people I need to kick out are the Kamala Harris people, the single cat ladies, and the chair of the Mises Caucus and his best friends.
My recommendation or my strategy would be, like, we both want the same thing. We want those 100 people gone. But I wouldn't like try to do some shady shit to do that. I would try to create an environment that was inhospitable to these people. So I would absolutely bring in the Maha people. Bring in people like Nicole Shanahan. Get her to flood some money. And I don't care if the platform changes and we have some people, we're already minarchists and anarchists. So we've established that we're whores. Right? We're negotiating on price. So if you favor whatever, I don't fucking care. Medicare, because I don't care. I don't care. If you're a better person than like the fakertarians, then I will work with you. And this is all electoral politics.
Fakertarians that you mentioned in your rant, like he mentioned in his rant, like all the left loser-tarians or whatever. It's like, we agree on that.
Right. Yeah. I wonder. I'm just.
How small does Josh's tent get? How authoritarian is Josh that he wants to kick out even more people from the Libertarian Party than we do? That's really authoritarian, Josh.
I actually am totally cool. I'm one of the only ones, I think. I'm like old school, where like I am pro-life, but I would share a party with pro-choice people of good character who can engage.
Are you down to hang?
But can you? Right? Are you a piece of shit
Right.
Do you hate me because I'm pro-life? Or
Right.
can you have an adult conversation? I would absolutely share a party, but I've been convinced that you can't do that over my time in the party. So at least in this climate. So that's what I recommend. Make it a pro-life, be the only pro-life party, and invite the Maha people, and you will see a lot of money and you'll see a lot of growth. And probably won't be the party that you remember. Maybe it won't be purely philosophically libertarian, but who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? You can still have all the Mises Institute and all that other shit. You'll get more votes. And that's, after all, the most important thing. Right, bro?
At the end of the day, Josh, we agree with you, man. We agree it should be a much smaller tent, but settle down, bro. That's way more authoritarianism than we real libertarians are comfortable with, quite frankly. We want a slightly larger tent than you do. However, final question, Dave.
Dude.
In your libertarian party utopia, would you kick Josh out of it? Is your tent too small for Josh?
No. I'm like Donald Trump too. I'm quick to forgive.
Yeah.
Can you help me make money? Then get the fuck in here. Let's go.
And if you can't, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, Josh, you're welcome in our small tent. We wish that we were welcome in yours. I assume that I'm not, based on his, standings on you, Heiss, and Toad, who we just had on the show like 2 weeks ago. But Josh, we love you as libertarians, and we want you. We know that you're a principled libertarian at the end of the day. We want you in our party, bro. Come join us over here as libertarians, and stop being such an authoritarian about it, and such a I don't know. I mean, some people might even say like Republican light. Josh, I'm sorry, bro.
I'll try harder.
I'll try to do better.
That's all I can
turn
say.
my camera off and scream at my phone in my car if it makes me a better libertarian. Let me know. Let me know. If you don't like the Harris people and you don't like the Dave Casey's Michael Heiss people, who's on the very short list of Josh's...
If you ain't Mike Tremont, then fuck you.